While retail investors focused on daily headlines, something fundamentally shifted in the global bond markets this week. The street was caught by surprise with softer US inflation data, leading to an immediate repricing of future Federal Reserve policy. But for sophisticated investors, the real story isn't just about the Fed's next move. It's about the seismic implications for emerging market capital flows, particularly here in India. This data has directly fueled a significant rally in Indian government bonds, signaling a pivotal moment for our domestic markets. This matters because global liquidity cycles are the bedrock of emerging market performance. For months, the specter of aggressive Fed rate hikes has constrained capital movement towards developing economies. Higher US rates draw capital back to developed markets, creating headwinds for countries like India. A perceived peak, or even a delay, in the Fed's tightening cycle fundamentally alters this dynamic. It changes the cost of capital globally and reroutes investment flows. India has, to a large extent, demonstrated structural resilience amidst these global turbulences. Our domestic consumption story remains robust, and government spending on infrastructure continues to provide a strong counter-cyclical buffer. However, even with this strength, India cannot remain entirely immune to global liquidity shifts. Foreign portfolio investment, critical for market depth and stability, is highly sensitive to interest rate differentials. This data now offers a significant policy tailwind. Let's unpack the hard data. The latest US Consumer Price Index came in softer than anticipated, easing pressure on the Federal Reserve. Immediately, we saw US Treasury yields decline across the curve. This is the crucial what happened moment. Lower Treasury yields reduce the attractiveness of dollar-denominated assets, making emerging market bonds, including India's, comparatively more appealing. It's a direct catalyst for capital reallocation. The why it matters for India was almost instantaneous. Indian government bonds gained significant traction. This wasn't just a marginal move, it was a strong signal. Concurrently, Indian Overnight Index Swap, or OIS, rates also saw a similar downward trend. This tells us the market is quickly pricing in expectations of a prolonged pause or even a potential easing cycle, not just from the Fed, but with implications for the Reserve Bank of India too. It shows a clear shift in liquidity sentiment. The unspoken what changes next for policy is critical. While the Federal Reserve hasn't explicitly stated a pause, the market's reaction to the inflation data suggests an implicit one is now firmly priced in. This reduces the pressure on global central banks, including our own Reserve Bank of India. It grants the RBI more flexibility in its monetary policy decisions. This is a crucial pivot point for yield pressure globally, offering a policy tailwind to emerging markets. This newly found breathing room for the RBI is significant. While domestic inflation remains a factor, the reduced external pressure allows the central bank to focus more intently on supporting growth. The market appears to be pricing in a scenario where the RBI might not need to be as hawkish as previously thought. This creates a more favorable environment for credit expansion and overall economic activity within India, which is an important structural shift. Lower bond yields translate directly into lower borrowing costs for both the government and corporations. This is the core why it matters for our domestic markets. For the Indian government, it means a more manageable fiscal deficit as interest payments on debt potentially decline. For corporations, especially those with high leverage or seeking expansion capital, cheaper credit is a powerful tailwind. We are looking at potential for demand recovery through enhanced liquidity. The what changes next for equities is nuanced. Lower bond yields generally improve the present value of future corporate earnings, making equities more attractive. We could see a capital rotation into rate-sensitive sectors like financials, real estate, and some infrastructure plays. The Nifty and Sensex could find renewed support, especially if foreign investors return with increased confidence. This isn't just about headline numbers, it's about shifting fundamental valuations. But this optimism must be tempered by structural risks. The market largely overlooked rising oil prices in this analysis. This is a major vulnerability for India, a net oil importer. Higher crude oil prices can quickly reignite domestic inflation, putting the RBI back into a hawkish stance. This creates a potential headwind that could quickly reverse the current yield relief. We need to watch the OIL benchmark closely. The next signal comes from currency stability. A prolonged period of US dollar strength, even with a Fed pause, can still put pressure on the Indian rupee or the USD/INR. This makes imports more expensive, again contributing to inflationary pressures. Additionally, core domestic inflation in India has proven sticky. Food and services inflation, often driven by local factors, could continue to pose a challenge, regardless of global trends. These are not easily dismissed. They represent systemic headwinds. Looking ahead, the trajectory for Indian bond yields will largely depend on the sustained softness of US inflation and the RBI's evolving stance. If global liquidity remains accommodative, we could see yields stabilize or even decline further, offering a significant opportunity for valuation reassessment in fixed income. For equities, this implies sustained earnings visibility for companies benefiting from lower interest costs. The multi-year thesis for India as a growth engine remains intact, but the short-term catalysts are evolving. This setup creates structural momentum for specific segments. Companies with strong balance sheets and consistent cash flow generation, less reliant on external funding, will be better insulated from potential reversals. Furthermore, sectors with high domestic demand and limited exposure to imported inflation could see continued relative strength. This isn't just about riding a market wave, it's about identifying where the fundamental shifts provide lasting advantages. From a tactical perspective, we are putting Indian government bonds and rate-sensitive equity sectors on breakout watch. The easing yield pressure could ignite significant capital rotation here. However, we are keeping trim consideration on companies with high input costs, especially those exposed to rising commodity prices and currency depreciation. Understanding these micro-level impacts within the broader macro narrative is key for navigating the next quarter. This isn't a blanket recommendation, but a framework for repositioning capital. The interplay between global macro shifts and domestic market dynamics creates both opportunities and hidden risks. Navigating these complexities requires institutional-grade insight and a forward-looking perspective. If you want to stay ahead of these structural investment trends, make sure you subscribe to SR Money News and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our deep dives into the markets that truly matter. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.